Hey boys and girls, welcome back. It is I, Uncle Greg, aka the Free American Spirit, and here we are with what, episode 5? I don't know, I'll put it in the title, but let's get on with it. So I've got the hose reels mounted. Actually, these boards are actually 2 inches thick. I thought they were 2x6s, which would be an inch and 3/4 thick, but I was wrong, so I had to go back and get more longer bolts. Alright, where we left off, we got the hoses mounted. I told you I had Flexilla. That's the newest raise, supposedly. Right off the bat, I'm not happy about it. Um, you know, normal hose wraps better. You don't get these kinks like this. So, Flexil, I'll have to find some kind of sleeve. I tried to pull this up a little bit. But anyways, let's get on with some parts here. So before we had this 90 with nothing in it. So I got this high pressure 45, which is supposed to reduce the bending of the hose a little bit. And when I ordered this, it was supposed to be male iron pipe, which it is 1/2 inch by 3/4 hose fitting, but this is supposed to be a swivel. So I put it in anyways. Heads up, since the hose does not have a swivel and you're doing the male end, you have to stretch this all the way out. Well, being in the confined spot that I'm in, that means I had to stretch it all the way that way. So twisting this hose around, kinked everything up. So I had to walk all the way out there, okay, and twist the hose the opposite direction, but it's on. But I'm not thrilled with that. On this reel, these are the scratch and dents from metal. So let's see if I can get this. Man, that's a tough little spring. I had to re-drill all these holes because it didn't quite line up. But here you go. So this should be flatter, but it's not. And so right there you see the twist in it. And that's okay. It's a 100-foot hose. I'll just unreel it all. And what I'll probably do is unscrew this. I'll put a cam lock, and then I'll just fit that hose in there and squeeze it so the cam lock sticks out about that far. And when I plumb the tank, then I will just put a male end on the cam lock there. Speaking about plumbing the tank, that's next. This is what you'll need. So this is called a bulkhead fitting. Basically, you'll get a hole saw, and you'll find the one, they're round. It'll just fit over this 1-inch thread here. Oops. And you'll cut a hole in whichever tank is your water tank, as close to the bottom as you can get. You'll stick this end through with this gasket, and then this will be sticking out. And then you'll put this nut on the outside, and this rubber gasket will form the seal. Of course, that'll be the outlet from inside the tank. Once you drill the hole, you got to get way down there, so you got to be creative. Get a yardstick or something, or a piece of PVC, with an elbow on it that you can reach down there, put this through and get a hold of it, and then put this nut on. Okay, so that's the bottom part. That'll go to the pressure washer. This, on the other hand, is a larger version. This is what's going to come out of that tank right there, and then eventually feed here. I got more stuff to hook up, but I just wanted to show you this. So this is the same thing, except for it's facing down like that. So this big nut here will come off, right? You'll do the same thing, find the keyhole that fits that. So that'll go down, then you'll reach inside a big hole and put that nut on from underneath, and you'll screw the Hudson valve on here. So when you're all done, it's sealed like that. And then your 3/4 fitting, you go on. So you'll have a 3/4, filter or whatever, and then your hose. So luckily for me, I have those lids that pop out. This will be easy peasy. I'll just drill a hole in there, attach this, attach the Hudson valve, put the lid on, and I'm good to go. And since they unscrew and come off, I'm real good to go. You, on the other hand, you will need, if you have a different tank, to make sure that it's close enough to a hole that's big enough to hold a Hudson valve, which is about the size of a quart jar, okay? So let's move on to this other reel. I have not hooked up that swivel because I'll probably just run the hose, separate like I was saying, even though right now it's plumb to run through it. Now this one is for the pressure hose. Same thing. Came out with a 90, got a high pressure 45. Now the pressure hose will be thicker, and it'll wrap around, and it's not going to kink like that hose did. And then from the pressure hose, just make sure when you, get your long length of hose, it has a swivel screw on there, because you'll be fighting it if you don't. Getting back to this, same thing with the swivel right here. I should have put the swivel that goes to the machine to that whip, but I didn't, because I got to make a mistake. Even us old people do, but that's okay. It was a small piece. It's just a pain to thread it, because you got to like turn the whole hose to get it going. But it's a small piece of hose, so I didn't worry too much. So the swivel's on the other end. It's already done. I already put the male adapter. So come here to the pressure washer. I took out the quick connect here, because when it was there and I plugged everything in, it was just a little too long about that bar to shut the thing without really pinching this hose. So I have ordered a 90-degree elbow. Okay, I really don't like putting an elbow that close, but the only option is to unbolt all this pressure washer. So the hose will come like this, a little under there. It'll sit right like that. That way the hose will kind of be out of the way here, and I can put on my fuel injector, my downstream injector, and my whatever else, pressure gauge or whatever I want to put. So I'm glad I bought that 6-footer. And so that's the progress we made, kids. I hope you like everything. Thumbs up, share it with people, this, that, the other. Let's see, what did you do today? How did you grow your business or start your business? What form did you fill out? What person did you talk to? Did you design a business card? What parts did you buy? Come on, people, get with it. These little episodes are being taped like, 1 or 2 days after another, even though you see them every week. So if I do have, stuff to give away, or some manufacturer pops in the giveaway, then I'm going to have to edit it. But right now I'm too lazy to edit, because this is free information. Unless you want to use my link, then I might make 50 cents. But anywho, so it's looking like a thing. I've got a guy. Oh, here's some interesting news. So I talked to a couple welders in town, and I find a guy, a couple shops, and they all quoted me anywhere from $800 to $1,000 to make a simple ladder rack. 4 posts going up, with, four pieces of metal going around like this, out of 1 inch, nice and cheap. But no, $800 to $1,000, you're out of your mind. So I started shopping around, and I found the guy who's mobile, that'll actually come here. He's hungry. Those $99 guys, that you don't want to be. Those are the guys you search out to do this kind of stuff for you. Anyways, but he'll make money. He's going to charge me $300, come all the way out here, build the rack, and down below where that little support thing under there is bent. I don't know if I told you about that, but there's one cross beam that's bent. He'll grind that off both ends, put a new piece in, and just put that back. And then I talked to another guy about that wheel being a little out of alignment. And nobody can figure out how this guy bent that, because there's no smack marks this way or the other. And they all said, yeah, just undo those 4 nuts on those 2 U-bolt bolts over on that side, shift it over a little bit, tighten them all back up, you'll be good to go. They said, because it's tracking fine, it's not wobbling, it's not a spindle or anything like that. So I'm really pleased with that. The budget build as far as a ladder rack, you guys may not do that, but I'll have a film on that tomorrow when he's doing it. And you'll get to see that made, and you can make your own ladder rack or whatever. I mean, if you wanted to make a budget one, I'll tell you how to do that tomorrow when I film that. So love the video, guys. Leave some comments, share the video, and we will catch you on the next one. Later, Gators.